Hello there, beautiful humans. It's Audrey Firestone, speaker, author, coach. And oh my goodness, I'm so inspired. I couldn't wait until Thursday. I needed to tell you this right now. Did you know that assumptions are the termites of relationships? That's friendships, business relationships, and especially romantic relationships. A friend of mine just brought that lesson home to me. She had an incredible weekend with a man she loves, and he loves her, and they have had an over 20-year relationship. With a small miscommunication of texting, and by the way, with texting, you have to be really careful, or leaving messages with someone. Because when you text someone, they read what you've written, but they don't hear your voice. They don't see your face. So all of the intention and the visual is not there, is it? In other words, I could write, I love you. But I could have said, if I said it out loud, I love you. But the words to your eyes are, I love you. So know that when you're writing to someone, because I'm a real stickler about communication. I'm not saying I haven't made 1,000 mistakes. Of course I have, but I'm very careful. I will rewrite something again and again to try to give it a visual effect. The oral, the kinesthetic is not there because you're just reading something. You're just reading words on a page. So Don Miguel Ruiz, this is from the 4 agreements. One of his agreements is don't make assumptions. It's the 3rd one. We make an assumption if we think that others know what we mean. In other words, even when you say something and you assume that the other person gets it, how you said it. Not so. And that's even when you're saying something, let alone writing it, and they can't hear your voice and they can't see the expression on your face. We have to have the courage to ask the other what he or she means or what he wants, and the courage to say what we really want. Do you realize we usually ask for what we think we can get, but not for what we truly want? Think about this. Without assumptions, there is nothing to make you frustrated, and there is no one else to blame. You owe nothing to life, and it owes you nothing. But if you make assumptions, you're coming from where? You're coming from your fears. You're coming from your lens, from your camera. So therefore, I'm looking at you through the lens of my experience, through the colors, the brushes of my experience. That is how I'm interpreting what you're saying to me, or what you're writing to me, or even what you're doing to me. Suppose someone comes along and you're sitting down, they walk into a room and they come over and they pat you on the head. That could mean condescension. I'm superior to you and you're just a little kid and I'm patting you on the head. It could mean you had a fly sitting on top of your hair. It could mean I dismiss you. You are so insignificant compared to me. What are all the ways that you could think about such a gesture? And all it was is that they were just touching things randomly as they entered the office. Don't make assumptions. Don't, for heaven's sakes, take action on something that you believe may be true. Get your information first. And when you get your information, then you're going to be aware of what is truly going on. If not, assumption begins with AASS, you're making an ass of yourself, because we are assuming, because we are filtering what we're seeing and what we're receiving and what we're hearing through our own fears, through our own life experience, through the experience of our surrounding culture that domesticates us. So for all of us, because especially a love relationship is one of the most precious treasures you have in your life. And if that is so, treat it as the precious thing that it is. And don't allow your fears to cloud your lens. But look into your heart and have the courage to ask, I'm feeling really funny about this. Is there something that I should know about? Something doesn't feel right to me. You're honoring your emotions. You're honoring your feelings. And at the same time, you are asking questions. The other thing, not just courage, that is required is humility. Because we prefer to be right. Isn't it nicer to be right? Oh yeah, I'm always right. Yeah, I'm right. So therefore, when I make assumptions, surely I must be right. No, wrong. Pay attention. Pay attention, because the friendships you have in your life, the love relationships that you have in your life, the work relationships that make your life so much more wonderful. Relationship is everything. We humans are not meant to live in a cave by ourselves. So take that to heart. Don't make assumptions about anything. When you start making an assumption, remember, do I know that this is true? I believe that's one of Byron Katie's questions in the work. Do I really know this is true? Can I know for sure that this is true? If your answer is, well, maybe, or I don't really know, please, please, please treasure the relationships in your life enough, and yourself, because you're hurting yourself too with your assumptions. Even the positive ones, because, I'm one of those glass half full people, but I can be absolutely wrong. I can think there's an opening in a relationship and someone's heart is opening and, they probably just ate too much and are having a slight bit of indigestion. And there wasn't any heart opening at all. It was just gas. So, darlings, take this all, not with a grain, with a pound of salt. Please don't allow yourself in something as precious as your relationships to make assumptions. Ask questions. Have the courage to ask, what did you mean by that? And have the humility to ask in a way that doesn't make anyone wrong, but just saying, I have this feeling and it doesn't feel right. What's going on? Give yourself that kind of respect. Give the relationships in your life that kind of respect. And life will be very, very different. It will be much richer. And you will be much more courageous. And humility in the best sense of the word. When your heart says, I bow to the beauty in you. Do that. It's worth it. So don't be a chump and allow the termites to eat away, the termite of assumption to eat away at your relationships. Harry Winkler quoted that. All right? All right, my darlings, that's it for now. I just had to share with you, and I thank my dear friend for inspiring me to speak these words today. I know how important they are. They really are. Because we're precious, and our relationships with each other are very precious. So it's Audrey Firestone, speaker, author, coach. And the wise, wild woman, becoming wiser all the time. Oh my, but there's always more to learn, always. As long as you do this and you don't hit wood, there's still more to learn. All right, Audrey Firestone saying, I'll see you later, alligator. Bye.